Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Redefining Yourself, and we are discussing overcoming narcissist abuse. Hopefully, you all have had an opportunity to look through the videos to find maybe something that you are interested in, something that may help you. And so hopefully you're healing. Hopefully you're getting more information. Thank you guys so much for all the comments, for the emails. Thank you. Much gratitude to all of you that have joined me and the new subscriber that have come to the YouTube channel and found something relevant that I have to say to help you in your process of healing and has helped you in your process of learning. And so now a lot of you are saying that you're feeling much better. You know, there's still a long process for some of you, but some of you are feeling better, understanding that it was never your fault. Thank you to the kings that are joining these queens on here on YouTube and are able to admit, hey, I've been through the same thing. I am so honored that you would join us and share your stories, because domestic violence, and this happens to be narcissist abuse, which is still domestic violence, is colorblind, is racially blind. It doesn't know sex, doesn't know gender. And it doesn't matter, male, female, you know, it is narcissist abuse. It is domestic violence, and men go through domestic violence just like females go through domestic violence. It's just underreported when it comes to men. So thank you, kings, for coming out and even coming to the live channel to, you know, put your piece in and to talk about what you've been through, so that we know what it's like to have been through with a female. Very similar to what we've been through, you know, some of the characteristics different, and even we get strength from how you handled the situation and the way that you think. And so we thank you so much. As queens, we thank you, kings, so much. Thank you for being here. And thank you for, you know, for emailing me. Thank you, guys. I'm really, really appreciative. And so if you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the bell so you know whenever I upload. This is the last one for Friday. I'll be back live on Sunday at between 8 and 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is West Coast time. So hopefully you guys will be there. Mr. Walter, could you please email me? I would like to ask you for a favor for Sunday evening. TMG will not be with me, and I know usually you are very consistent in coming on. Please email me. I would like to ask you a favor for that evening if you can. And also, so tune in. I do have a Facebook page, Psychological Health Consultants and Services. Hit the thumbs up, and I post on both. So today, I'm going to come on quickly because I have to get out the office. You know, I say quickly, and I end up doing 30, 40 minutes. So hopefully I'm going to do it quickly, but give you good information. So today, I wanted to talk about the narcissist projection. So first of all, let's define projection. So when we're talking about like psychology, projection psychology, Freud, defined it as being a defense mechanism. Projection is a form of defense in which unwanted feelings are displaced onto another person. So all those negative feelings, remember that a narcissist doesn't look at themselves positively. Everything that they say, they project how they feel about themselves onto another person. You have become a screen, and they have become a movie projector, and they project how they feel, their internal thoughts about themselves project on this movie screen, and you are the movie screen. Anything that is negative about them, anything that they feel, you listen to them, they're telling you how they feel, but they project it on you, because narcissists do not take accountability. They do not internalize and look at themselves. They do not take responsibility, and that anxiety of what they really feel about themselves, what they really think about themselves, they project it on you. So that's Freud. So now let me go Psychology Dictionary. So this, I'm not going to read everything because it's kind of long. And so let's see. Projection is a process whereby one subject believes they see attributes, good or bad, in another person. And so a narcissist always sees negative. And so they think that everyone thinks the same way they think. Remember, they're narcissists. And no one is better than them, and everyone thinks like they do. And so the way that they think about themselves and the things that they do, they automatically project it on everybody. If they cheat, if they lie, if they steal, if they cheat on taxes, if they anything that they do, whether it's illegal, whether it's wrong, they automatically put that on you, and they project themselves on you because you're just like that too. And really, it's them. If you listen to them, they're telling you about themselves. So let's see. The theory views this tendency as a defense mechanism whereby, unpleasant traits, impulses, or ideas are attributed to another person. So in this way, the projector is able to avoid the unpleasantness of themselves, in themselves. And so let's see. And this is Psychology Dictionary. And then there's another one before we get into it. So let's look at the term from the MerriamWebster dictionary, projection. So I'm going to go through a few because I need you to get this in your mind, what is happening when they're doing what they're doing. First thing, let's look. Projection, the word projection means the act of throwing or thrusting forward. To project something. They get projected out of their seat, projected through the windshield. To throw or thrust something forward. It's going to make sense in a minute. So another one is, where is it at? The forming of a plan, scheming. Another one, the attribution of one's own ideas, feelings, or attitudes to other people or objects. So basically, putting how they feel, their ideas, and their attitudes, they put it on other people. They don't take responsibility of it themselves. They put it on other people. That's why, everyone is at fault at how the narcissist feels. Let's see, the externalization of blame, guilt, or responsibility as a defense against anxiety. They don't like that feeling. And then I think this is the last one. Let's look. Yeah, this is the last one. The display of motion pictures by projecting an image from them upon a screen. You're the screen. They're the projector. All this movie that's playing out on you, they're projecting themselves on you. You got to be careful that the stuff that they have projected on you, you don't claim responsibility of. These are their thoughts. That's why you make those that are more mature, you hear, hold on, don't project your thoughts on me. Those are not my thoughts. Those are your thoughts. And they'll argue with you. Okay, so let's say, I know that's how you think, and I know that's what you're doing. No, that's what you're doing. Remember I gave you guys the example one time with the little boys picking on the little girl, and he's talking about her ponytails, and I had to explain to her the reason why he's picking on you is because he likes you, and so you think no, hold on, that was a wrong example. The example was the girl's picking on the little girl. You think you're all that. No, you think I'm all that. You think you're better than me. No, you think I'm better than you. Oh, you think you're really cute. No, you think I'm really cute. So everything that they admire about you, they hurl it as an insult on you, and they're telling you how they're thinking about you. I think you're cute, so I hate you because you look better than me. You think you're better than me. No, I think I'm better. I think you're better than me because you look better than me, or because of this, because of that. But they'll reverse it and project it on you. You think, well, I wasn't thinking that. But now that you brought it to my attention, I see that these are things that you admire about me. So I appreciate it. Thank you. So let's see. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's look. Okay. So you know that they'll never admit their wrongs. And so I went to Site Central. And this is, I cannot pronounce his name. Certified coach. His name is Darius Sake. All right, I probably messed his name up. I apologize. And so here he said, let's look. He said most narcissists generally lack self-awareness. Of course, they don't internalize and look at their own self. They're not aware of themselves. So when you tell them how they are, or you call them out on themselves, they're angry at you because you're just messing with me. You're just jealous of me. Everyone is jealous. You're jealous. That's why you're talking to me like that. They have no self-awareness of themselves. They don't know that they're a narcissist. It's not until they get into the upper narcissist where they have become more trained. They have trained themselves with the people. They understand now what they're doing and how they're doing it. And some of them know that they're a narcissist, but low, mid-range, that they don't know that they're narcissists. And to tell them they're a narcissist, they're not going to believe you. So let's see. Then on top of that, you're messing with their ego. So let's see. Their sense of self-esteem and self-worth depends on how others perceive them. That's why you see them, they grandiose. They always got to show it off. They always got to make themselves look better and be better than anyone around them. And so, and they tend to deny flaws in themselves and blame others for their shortcomings, mistakes, and misfortunes. This is called projection. And people with narcissistic tendencies are projection-heavy individuals. Not just narcissistic tendencies. Narcissists are projection-heavy individuals. They all project. Let's see. So let's look. They project, they blame, confuse, and hurt others as a part of the projection and the gaslighting. And so let's see. So one of the things, well, one of many things that they do, they call you things that you're not. For example, they'll tell you that you're cheating, you're a cheat, you're cheating on me, you're cheating on taxes, you're unreliable, you don't know how to manage a bank account, you mess up the money, let's think, you think you're better than me, you're selfish, or if you put up boundaries, you're a selfish individual, and I can't believe, because everything is about them. Let's see, you're selfish because you don't want to do what I'm asking you to do. I'm telling you this is what you need to do, and you won't do it. You're a selfish individual, and you really hurt me. Think about how that sounds. You won't do what I'm telling you to do, and you're a selfish individual, and all you do is ever hurt me. But you're putting up boundaries. This is how they feel about themselves. They are selfish individuals. They can't handle your boundaries. You only think about yourself. They only think about themselves. Meanwhile, they are the ones who constantly make up excuses, break promises, they're unreliable, they think only of themselves, or they compete with you. Remember, we talk about the competition. Not only that, they will forget all things that you have already done for them. It's never about you. It doesn't matter what you do. What you do is never enough for them, and they don't care what you, as long as you're doing for them. But they'll keep score of what they've done for you. They bought you a pickle. And so I can't believe that you would be that selfish. You know, you bought a house, but you didn't even put any furniture in it. And I bought that pickle for you back in 1826. And you're that selfish that you can't show me gratitude. And you're thinking, I thanked you over 100 years ago. You know, and I bought this house. It outweighs the pickle. Oh, so my pickle doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't mean anything to you. And I did it out of my heart. But it sounds hilarious. But this is how they think. Literally, this is how they think. And something that is humorous like that, if you listen to some of the things they say, you can almost use that example. This is ridiculous. You know, like, what is wrong with this individual? Something has to be wrong, because there is. Okay, so let's see. In their eyes, they are entitled to your resources, your time, your money, and your energy. And so if you don't, when you can't, when you won't, when you put up boundaries and say that's enough, and you won't give in, they literally have temper tantrums like little kids. They have little temper tantrums. And so what happens is they'll turn around and tell you that you're manipulative, you're unappreciative, you won't do this for me, I can't believe, and you're thinking like, you drained my whole bank account, there's nothing more that I can give you, that's it, because I can't even pay bills now. You are such a selfish individual. I'll give you the shirt off of my back, I'll do the, and they'll gaslight. They'll even make you, that's what gaslighting, minimizing, character defamation, that's that smear campaigning. They'll berate you, that's that abuse, mocking you, trolling, it's on Facebook and stuff like trolling. Let's see, obscuring the issue. They deflect away from the issue at hand to focus on all the horrible things that you're doing. But a lot of the things that they're saying to you, they're projecting what they do, how they think. They're projecting it on you. That is actually how they think. They bully, they triangulate. So to get what they want, they'll even triangulate another person in there to hurt you, because you won't do what they want to do. But then they'll blame you. You're the cheat, and you may ask them things like, why would you cheat? Well, 40 years ago, you cheated on me. And you're thinking like, that was 40 years ago. That is so done and over with. Well, I've never gotten over it. And so because I've never gotten over it, in their minds, they feel entitled to, because it hurt them, they feel entitled to do it all the time, to continue paying you back. But it's really just an excuse. But they've just, think about, this is horrible. It really is. This is horrible. Let's see. Gaslighting, guilt tripping, provoking, unreasonable criticism, nitpicking, plain verbal abuse, all to make you feel bad and give in to their demands. Let's see. Grandiosity, mimicking, and exaggeration. So narcissists think they are super, ultra, turbo, mega special. I like that definition. And they deserve exceptional treatment, or they are justified in hurting others. I just said that too. So because you won't give them that special treatment, and you won't see them for the, like he said, the super, ultra, turbo, mega special person that they are, they feel justified in hurting you. And they will even feel justified in cheating and finding other people, because then they'll turn around like, because you won't do this, you won't do this. But the thing about it is, if they don't want to get caught at the time, A lot of times they also deal with a, let's say, a guilty conscience, but they'll project that on you. I know you're cheating. I know you're doing this. And you're like, I'm not cheating. Yeah, because I know you go in the bathroom, you text all the time. And you're thinking like, I have texted in the bathroom for years. That does not necessarily mean that I'm in there talking to anybody. Yes, it is. Or this lady told me, his wife told me one time that because she had a lot of female friends, and what she said, because they were really close. And she said that the narcissist just came out the blue and started accusing her of sleeping with her friends, female friends. And when she said, well, that's not even my, my choice of my preference. I'm not a lesbian. That's not my preference. And what he said is, I know what it's like to be in desperate need and desperation and to do things that is normally out of character for someone. So it's not like you are protected or not prone to being able to do that because you have the capacity to do that. And in her mind, she's thinking like, where did this come from? I've never given this individual a reason to make them think that I would ever be with the same sex. That's never been my choice. That's never been my interest. But what he did is he projected what he has done and what he was thinking and what he does, and he projected that on her. And she didn't pick up on it at the time. She learned later on, but he projected what he was thinking and the things that he did and how he rationalized in his mind to get what he wanted, where he actually would, and remember we talked about it, if they want supply bad enough, or if they want something bad enough, they don't have a problem with crossing the lines. They claim to be a heterosexual individual, but they'll cross the lines and will go into, or will what's the word I'm looking for? Will I don't know if it's dabble or if that's appropriate. I'm not sure. I don't want to offend anybody, but they will cross the lines and go into a homosexual or lesbian relationship momentarily, or even a sexual experience to get what they want. And then if that individual, you've hurt the individual, so now the individual is talking about you, and the first thing that they do is they project, I'm not like that. Or they'll even repeat what you said to that individual, but they don't want to be found out. And so they'll smear campaign ahead of time, and they go overboard to smear campaign so that you don't find out that that's what they have done. So they've already smear campaigned the other person because of what they've done. So think about the logic of what they're doing. Let's see. They're always competitive. Remember that. And then they'll say that you're really competitive. And they're talking about themselves. You are so competitive. Or say, for example, that they're competitive with you, and it appears as though you get one over. And it's something as simple as a basketball game, and you win the basketball game. And the first thing they'll do is they'll fly into a rage because they didn't win, because they always have to win, and they say, you are such a competitive individual. You just won't stop, will you? You won't stop. And you're thinking, you're the one who brought the game up, So, but they're projecting what they're thinking on you. So that's why I teach you guys to listen. Don't speak so quick. Just listen to what's being said. Let's see. You can find out a lot about them. Let's look. Let's see. They will pretend, lie, hurt, or exploit others. We just said that. Or do whatever else they deem necessary for personal gain. Doesn't matter who they hurt. Doesn't matter what lines they cross. As a result, they take upon other people's character traits and achievements. They'll take your achievements and your character traits and your degrees and the schools that you're attended. They'll even take, like, if you tell them about college experiences, for those of you that have been on campus and colleges, they'll take your experiences and make them their experiences. They'll take your thoughts, your life, and they'll tell people that this is their life. So every detail of your experience, they'll take that and make it their experience. And this originates from a place of envy and self-aggrandizement. There we go. Often to the degree of mimicking, plagiarizing, stealing, and being a fraud, all while defaming and belittling others. This is meant to destroy the credibility of their victims while appearing to be more competent themselves. This provides a handy distraction from what is really going on. So let's see. This is another weird form of projection where they see something they admire in someone when, be it actually admirable or just a status symbol. And then instead of actually working on achieving, they simply claim they already have it and that they are entitled to it. And so you have to think they'll pick out things, and they pick out things they admire you. So when they get with you, there's things that they admire, your status quo, your finances, the fact that you have many people that may flock to you, maybe your personal persona, your material possessions, how people look at you, how people respect you. You might be a respectable business person or a CEO or, it doesn't matter, owner of something, but what they envy what you have and the attention that you get. And so they watch to see what you do and how you do what you do, and they mimic that. They'll take your achievements, they'll mimic that because they desire that attention that you get. To them, it's fuel. They're looking at you and they're looking at the fuel that you're getting, and you're actually not getting fuel, but they're looking at the fact that you're getting fuel, and that's the fuel that they want. So they will copy, mimic you. They'll do what you do. They'll take upon your persona. And if you listen to them, they almost sound just like you. For those of you that are in same-sex relationship, you'll notice that the other person starts dressing like you. They may start talking like you. And this is across the board. They may start talking like you. They may start dressing like you. They may have certain gestures like you do. You sit like this all the time. You notice they start sitting like this all the time. Everything is for them to get gain, and then all the negative things about themselves, they project on you, but they take upon your persona. That is really creepy. That could be a movie. Let's see. Let's think of some more stuff. So let me look. Preemptive strike. Whenever a narcissistic person feels threatened, they will call you the things that they themselves are, or are afraid that others see in them. So they know that the person they know what they are. When I say know what they are, they know all the negative stuff that they do. They know what they do. They know what they do. They don't esteem themselves anyway. They know the horrible things that they do. And so instead of them, they know that people see what they do. But immediately what they do is they'll take that and they put it on you to divert your attention from them to something else. The hand is quicker than the eye. That's what the magicians do. The hand is faster than the eye. So there's a lot of stuff that they can do that you don't see that looks like a magic trick, but it's really timing and hand movement and refocusing you, diverting your attention to do something. And then you think, oh, that was so awesome. That was magic. Same thing that the narcissist does. You pick up on things and they divert your attention, and they pick up on attributes of you. They'll project what they know about themselves and divert it all over to you. Let's see, they will try to stalk you, slander you, or discredit you. They will try to sabotage and destroy you. They will start a smear campaign and attempt character assassination. In their mind, frightenedly, you have become the mortal enemy. Let's see. They have no problem doing it because they call it defense. They're defending themselves against you because you're the evil monster that's after them. And all you said was like, no, you're going to take responsibility for your action. No, this is not me. This is you. No, I'm not going to take responsibility. That's you. That's how you act. That's what you do. And so you have now become the mortal enemy because you have exposed the evil narcissist. And so their defense now is to slander you. That is a narc injury. So let's see. Playing the victim. You guys know that a narcissist is always the victim. When they get found out, they'll divert the attention on poor little old me. Now, they done burnt down a whole building, and they come back, poor little old me. Now, there are people that have been injured, come out with smoke-covered faces. Cars have been crashed and crushed, but they come out and was like, I went in and my eyebrows were singed. And this is so horrible. You're just so focused on, you lost a leg and you can grow that leg back. But look at my eyebrows. They've been singed. You are so, you are so selfish. You getting in the ambulance and they're going to amputate your leg and you're going to get a prosthetic. But what about my eyebrow? And as humorous as it is, but that's how petty they are. That's how it's like I cannot believe that you can compare a lung transplant with a broken fingernail. I can't believe that, an individual has, your head is amputated, but you're more concerned about, and that's not possible, you guys. The head is amputated, and that's not possible. But yet now you become the victim with an amputated head. You didn't think about when my head was amputated, and you're more concerned about your amputated leg, and you're thinking like, this is almost ridiculous. Where did you get this from? And you're looking at this person like you're talking to a little kid. And you're normally talking to somebody who really psychologically and emotionally is the age of a child. Whatever the age was that they have been hurt, damaged, or wounded is the age of the person that you're talking to. Especially a narcissistic injury, or especially them playing the victim. If you listen to them play the victim, they'll cry, and the crying is all out of place. You're like, all I asked you what time it was. You act like I don't know how to tell time. Okay, do you know how to tell time, since you're bringing that up? Or it's not about time. It's not about time. It's about my toenail. I mean, it's just ridiculous stuff, you guys. It's just, I mean, if you back up from your situation, if you back up and just look at it, as a third party, and look at the situation, listen to the stuff that they said. It's almost like, I cannot believe, because really you have been with a person, when the upper narcissist, it doesn't make them smarter or more intelligent. They're more cunning. They're more manipulative. They do things intentionally. They're more trained. That doesn't make them smarter than you, because really, if you really look at the narcissist that you guys have been through, really, you superseded their intelligence. You superseded, because they look at you. They really look at you as a person that is of high esteem and intelligent. A lot of them are not that smart, you guys. It's a game that they play, and everything is projection. Oh my goodness. So let's look. Let's look. So that might be it. One thing that he did say, and I always say over and over again, a narcissist will listen to videos like this and other coaches and listen to the language that we use, projection, gaslighting, all those words that we use in the world of narcissist language. They will adapt the language and will use it against you. There are plenty of people that we know that use that terminology, and in your mind you think, okay, you understand what's going on. Some of those people are actually narcissists. Narcissists will take those words that we use to describe what has happened to you, and they'll use it against you. And so you may be in a relationship with a narcissist, and they're watching videos like this and picking up on the language, and they'll use that language against you. All you're doing is gaslighting me. All you're doing is projecting on me. This is what you're doing. And it's the narcissist. So it makes you feel even more crazy. It makes you start thinking like, well, maybe I am doing that. And you're sensitive, like, well, maybe I am doing that. No, that narcissist is flipping the role. He's flipping the victim. They're the victim, and they're projecting what they're doing. They just picked up on the language. That's all. That's the same thing that he just said on his blog. And so hopefully this has helped a little bit, give you an idea of what projection looks like. And some of the things, some of the things that I may have said were humorous, but if you listen to the context, think about what I said when I was saying it. And it's just to make you smile, because some of you guys are going through a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of hurt. And I love to see people smile, even in their pain. Sometimes, it's good for, it's good, laughter is good for the soul. I know it's a bad situation that you guys are already in. And sometimes I use examples, and I make it humorous to give you an idea, the reality, as funny as it may seem, but it's the reality of what I'm saying. And so hopefully you guys can find a way to smile. You guys can find a little humor, even in a bad situation in your healing process. If I can make you smile, that makes me feel good, and hopefully you learn something, and now you get a lot, like, an idea of what projection looks like. You get an idea of what they have been doing to you. They're projecting themselves on you. You can't take the responsibility of how they think about themselves. Remember the movie? The movie is playing through the projector. It's projecting onto a screen, and so the whole movie is playing itself out, and you have become the screen. You're the screen that they're projecting on, and they're looking at themselves, and they blame you for their pain, their hurt, their anxiety, their depression, and they're miserable people, but they blame it on you. It's all your fault. Everything about it is your fault. Projection, Hopefully this has helped you a little bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the the bell so you know whenever I upload and when I come on live. And make sure you go over to my Facebook page if you'd like to. It is Psychological Health Consultants and Services. Hit the thumbs up. I post on both channels, well, Facebook, and I call them channels. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support. And as my friend always says, go and be great.